Okay, let's do it. Trimmed it too much the wrong way. Should have just left it alone. Yeah, darn it all. Alright, this is just a Flite Test Bloody Baron. First test of completely modular power pod with motor, ESC, and servos. So there's no servos in the actual airframe, they're all in the power pod. Testing it out. This is an attempt to save money in the long run with building future FT airframes, so I don't have to drop, 20, 30, 40 bucks, whatever, every time on servos when I want to build a new plane. Put some decent servos in your power pod and make it 100% modular. Now, well, I can't say it's 100%. I'm still going to have push rods that stay with the airframe, just because each airframe is obviously different. So I'll have to run out and get some more wire, because I'm also trying to use ball links to connect all the push rods to the servos. So I'm using ball links from a 250 size T-Rex 250 size helicopter. I might upgrade to the 450 just because they're bigger and beefier, and I can use larger rod to reduce flexing. But so it won't be 100% modular, maybe 95. So far it's flying good. Second flight. I don't have a ton of throws on it just because, for obvious reasons. The aileron servo is in the power pod, which is in the center of the airplane. I'll show it once I land it, or crash it, whichever comes first. So I don't have a ton of throws. I'm happy with the roll rate. Nice, easy, docile. The elevator throw needs a little more, in my opinion, or for my liking. It just doesn't have enough. Flight I had before this, I had landing gear on the airplane, which added a little bit more weight, obviously, but I did a loop and almost hit the ground. It wasn't quite high enough, but it flies. I'm stoked about that. Plus I haven't flown in months, so jittery, excited, giddy like a schoolgirl. Flies good, combat plane, easy to build. Yeah, that's full back. So, and there's not much else I can do. I'd have to put a bigger control horn on the elevator to get it to work, and to get more throws out of it. I don't know if it's worth it putting that much time into this plane. I'm just basically using this airframe as a test bed for more elaborate projects. I've got half a dozen friggin', more than that, a dozen or more plans printed out. I just gotta build them. I wanted to test this idea. Yeah, that elevator sucks. Enough to keep it in the air, but not enough to do anything crazy with. What are we at? 2 minutes left. using a Neodyme 15, swinging a, shit, I forget what size prop this is. 11.7, yeah, 11.7 prop. Overkill for this tiny airplane, but it is built out of coroplast, so it's heavy. And like I said, this plane's a test bed for bigger airplanes from the Flite Test lineup that I want to build. You know, the Bushwhacker, the Spitfire. Those will definitely work well with this 15 size motor. Leftover 70 amp ESE from a T-Rex 500. Once again, overkill, but I am using a 4-cell on this. This ESE will handle 6 cells. That's what I was running in the helicopter. So, I'm using the rudder servo from that same T-Rex 500 as my aileron servo, and just a cheap Chinese servo for my elevator. So I know my power pod is pretty much bulletproof as far as electronics go. I've had that ESC and those servos for many years. Flew the helicopter for a good year and a half before I totaled it. Decided to get out of helicopters altogether. Hope this thing's still recording. I'm not just standing in an open field talking to myself. Landing time! Short stubby wings, coroplast. Lands like a fucking brick. BAM! There it is. But coroplast can take a hell of a beating. Love it. There she is. So, Wi-Fi just disconnected, but we are still recording. Let me see if I can reconnect this thing real quick so I know I got it in shot. Internet connection out here sucks. Okay. There you go. So, right up here you can see it. Here's the align servo, the ball links, and pretty basic setup. Instead of, you know, I had a servo in here originally like you see on the plans, and everybody else that controlled this. I just took that out and put it in the power pod. I'll do a video later showing just the power pod itself and how I got it in there. And then there's the elevator servo tucked up right there. Just held on with some double-sided tape. Same connection method. Wires in a barbecue skewer for the linkage. As you can see, it flexes quite a bit. And I don't get much throws. Enough to keep it in the air, but not enough to do any fun aerobatics with. So I might swap out and put a bigger control horn on this end. Or I might just leave it. Say F it, it works. You know, fly it. This is a good little plane. Simple to build and a lot of fun. So, there we go.